Hello my friends, I'm Rich Larson and I'm the IRC Tire Guy. Today we have a few drills that are honestly my favorite things to do on a motorcycle. I have an obsessive personality. I focus on every step and every detail when attempting or observing riding a motorcycle. I suppose this obsession has made me a good rider in a lot of ways. It's also hurt me in some ways as a competitor because a lot of times I tend to overthink things. Although something I've enjoyed probably more than anything is teaching. This obsession really helps me when I'm trying to assist someone in learning a new technique or skill, breaking things down to the most basic of steps. The more I teach, the better I feel I get at teaching, just like with anything. The most surprising thing I've learned over my years of teaching is the vast majority of riders are all the same. 95% of riders I've encountered get the same exact lesson from me. Even riders who feel they are somewhat intermediately skilled usually all have the same weaknesses in common. They completely lack the basics. I've said it before, but everyone wants to go on rides. As soon as you get a motorcycle, most jump right into the trails. We all immediately want to have as much fun as the friends or family we are riding with. The majority of people experience a sort of trial by fire, but for the most part, no one knows, or for that matter, wants to focus on the skills that I've found really make a difference. Of course, clutch and throttle control, balance, body position, these are all techniques I constantly harp on during my videos and private lessons. I believe the best and honestly the most enjoyable way to hone in your complete control of the machine is with cone drills. Today we have 5 of my favorite beginner to expert level cone drills. In fact, the last drill was probably one of the hardest drills for me to figure out. I will guarantee if you can master 4 of 5 of these drills, your ability to control the machine when it matters will increase by tenfold. Starting with a drill I'm sure you all know, the cone weave. Space these cones a bike length apart and then tighten them as you progress. The beauty of this drill is most riders say, yeah, I can do that, but they've never actually tried. Most don't realize how challenging it actually is. Of course, this drill helps with that balance, throttle, and clutch control, but it also is a great first step for riders getting comfortable with uncoupling themselves from the machine. That knees out, loose hips, and flowing style will really assist you as we tighten the cones. One of the most important parts of this drill is understanding how to use steady throttle and clutch actuation to move the bike rather than all throttle. Your ability to hold that throttle in a steady, lower RPM position and slip the clutch in and out, not only to move the machine, but also at times to catch and maintain your balance is imperative in hard enduro situations. If I'm falling to the left or right, I turn my tire in that direction and let the clutch out quickly to catch my balance. We can also use the front brake to tame the clutch and throttle together and almost hold back the machine. This gives us a much more smooth, controlled delivery of power. Again, we want the ability to use all forms of control together for maximum efficiency. We've done an episode on the importance of using your front brake as well, which you can check out right here. A last addition to this drill, as well as the rest that I'll show you, is don't just practice them in one direction. They're great on flat ground, uphill, downhill, side hill. Side hill is a challenging and killer way to practice this cone weave. Next, we have 180-degree full lock turns. We draw out a rectangular space with cones, approximately 50 by 30 feet. Truthfully, there's an importance to using the cones as a barrier. They hold us accountable. For the average rider, this barrier exposes bad habits such as target fixation, as well as a lack of spatial awareness in relation to where the wheels are and how we maximize our turns. Of course, this drill again increases balance, throttle, and clutch control. We focus on the same steady throttle while actuating our RPMs and movement with our clutch. This is also where we learn to maximize our lean angle with that uncoupled body. The further we can lean the bike into our inside knee while maximizing our weighted outside peg, the sharper we can turn. Learning to quickly maximize the transition from from one direction to the other at full lock with the bars, after each 180-degree turn will cut feet off your overall turning radius. The goal is to only have the bars fully turned and locked while inside the square, never driving straight. We can use the front and rear brakes to smooth the turn. Again, repeating uphill, downhill, and side hill is the best way to train. The next drill is somewhat of an add-on to the last. This one I call Switchback Cones. Repeat setting up 2 cones at an axle length apart, staggered on a downhill about 10 feet down and 20 feet apart. Again, this is an awesome drill for balance, brake control, throttle, and clutch control, as well as uncoupling that body from the bike. The reason the cones are so important with this drill is, again, a maximization of accountability. This is where we expose target fixation as well as spatial awareness. The closer you get to one set of cones, the closer you'll be to the next until failure. Understanding how to widen each turn by moving uphill more than 180 degrees after each turn is completed will decrease your overall turning radius. Again, that quick transition from left to right at full lock with the bars is imperative. Practicing this uphill is an awesome technique for increasing that clutch control as well. The final 2 drills are on the advanced side. This is a bit of a show-off technique in clutch control, but the uphill wheelie pivot weave is a killer practice for those hard enduro switchbacks. This is that maximum bike control that we see the top hard enduro riders display. Truly, the skill to be able to do this comes from the first 3 drills. That clutch control, throttle control, and even rear brake control is required here. Now, I have to mention, when I post something like this, I usually see the comment, "Must be nice to have long legs." And you're right, it is. Although I'd be willing to bet the people who comment this don't have the first 3 drills mastered. For those first drills, no dabs are required and long legs aren't. For the final drill, this was one of the hardest things I've ever done. The backwards cone weave. I'd love to be able to do this without the addition of the front end hopped, but for that I'd have to call on someone much better than me. Maybe it's a challenge to Pat Smaj or Cody Webb. Regardless, I was proud to pull it the way that I did. Again, there is always a progression. I don't believe in mastery, only the pursuit of mastery. There is no end to the possibilities. I hope this video inspires you to pursue your own mastery, and if you're enjoying the channel, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, as well as follow us on Instagram at IRC Moto and my personal Instagram page at RichLarson511. And until next time, keep shredding.